What's up everyone? In this video we're talking about our LinkedIn ProFinder experience from this week and how it went. And if that's something you're interested in, stick around. For those who don't know me, I'm Lex DeVille, and on this channel we help people escape corporate prison and build a freelance empire. We share lots of freelance writing tips and tutorials, so if you're new, consider subscribing. Today's video, we're talking about LinkedIn ProFinder. Had a little experience with it this week. First of all, I will say that it is not easy to get approved as a freelancer on LinkedIn ProFinder. In fact, I haven't done it yet. I have not accomplished this yet. They rejected me the first time around, said I didn't have enough recommendations, even though I had one. I guess they want you to spend more time building up your LinkedIn profile and for some reason getting fake recommendations, because that's what people do. I mean, I've had recommendations on my profile before, 5 or 10 of them or something, where it was just a bunch of fake recommendations. I don't know where these people came from. I don't know how they knew me or why they recommended me, so that part didn't make sense to me. But I sent off a message to LinkedIn ProFinder, or just to LinkedIn about it, and they said the same thing again. They're like, you need to get more recommendations. So that's the only thing holding me up from me testing the platform right now as a freelancer from the freelance side is just recommendations. But my wife posted a job in ProFinder for a resume writer, and so that was kind of a unique experience because we got to see things from the client's perspective and how things went. So what was her experience? She posted a job, posted what she needed, and freelancers responded. But there was a big difference in the responses we got on ProFinder versus the responses we got on Upwork. Mainly that difference was that we only received 5 proposals. 5. And Upwork, you're going to receive more. You're just going to receive more. You're going to receive 10, you're going to receive 15, 20, 30, 50 proposals per gig, and there's just a lot more people applying to stuff. It may actually be easier to get on Upwork than it is ProFinder. I'm not sure. It depends on if you have people who are willing to recommend you. I'm sure I have people willing to recommend me. I just have to reach out to them, and I'm not sure if I care that much. But we'll see. Anyway, we got 5 people who reached out to us. They did so with me-focused proposals, which was no surprise. And what does that tell me? Well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. Let's talk about the rates that they reached out with. So the rates that they reached out with for, she was looking for a resume writer, and we got rates between $100 per resume to $250. And that was depending on what all we needed. And those rates just seem really high to me. They seem really high for a resume writer. A resume is often 1 page, maybe 2. So maybe it's not that much. I mean, I'd probably charge a similar range if I was writing resumes. So it's not that out there. But the way that they applied, they didn't send proof. They didn't send any reason for us to think that these people could get the job done. They didn't even have examples of winning resumes or CVs for those of you in other countries. They just didn't have this stuff, and it surprised me. So what this tells me is that there's a lot of opportunity on ProFinder if you can get approved, if you can get through their system. You have to have a filled out profile. I would work to make your LinkedIn profile 100%, and then you're going to need those recommendations to even have a chance to get through to their platform, to get through on ProFinder. But once you're through, as far as I can tell, there's not that much competition. And I don't think these were all local applicants. I think that they came from a variety of places. So I think once you're in ProFinder, it seems like you cut down a lot of competition, and you have access to a lot of high quality clients, US based clients, and clients that are not going to be the same as the clients who are on Upwork. The clients who are on LinkedIn are likely going to pay more, or at least be willing and more open to paying more on LinkedIn than they will be on Upwork. And that's something worth mentioning, because if you can get into ProFinder and use my you-focused approach, then you should be able to pick up work pretty easily. And you should be able to do it even easier than you would on Upwork or other freelance platforms, because you're dealing with a higher caliber of client and you're dealing with less competition. So that is the experience we had. I don't know if my wife has hired anyone yet, but I know that out of the people that applied to her gig, there was nobody who really was a shooting star. There was nobody who stood out and was like, yes, this is the one. And when you have a freelancer that's like, yes, this is the one, you just scoop that person up. You scoop them up. And that's done through you folks. It's done through showing you care about the client. It's done through showing you can help them, and through showing that you've helped others get similar results to what they're trying to do. That's mainly what I wanted to talk about today. Just wanted to come in and make a quick video. Haven't really made any videos in a couple of weeks. Been out of it. My wife went out of town, and I've been with a baby for like weeks at a time. I've got another full week coming up where it'll just be me and the baby at home. And then I had a root canal, which also sucked, and that just made my mouth hurt really bad. So I was out of the office, and then I got sick. Not like sick, but like a sore throat. And so all of that was like, I couldn't make any videos. So I just haven't bothered making videos for a couple of weeks, but hopefully this video will give you some insight into LinkedIn ProFinder. Ask questions if you've got them down in the comments. I really don't know that I can answer them yet because I'm not on ProFinder and I haven't put in that much effort for it, but you should know that you will need at least 2 to 3 recommendations if you want to get on ProFinder. And they can't just be bullcrap recommendations either, because I just had my wife go and put like a 1-line recommendation for me. That was just a quick one, and they still rejected me. So you need 2 to 3 recommendations that are fully filled out. They need to be, at least a couple sentences of people saying what it's like to work with you. That's the main thing. And then fill your profile out, and you should be able to get on ProFinder, and you should have a much better time than you do on Upwork or People Per Hour or other freelance platforms where it's not as easy to get work for most people. So that's all I've got for this one. Subscribe down below if you want more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Lex DeVille, and I will see you next time.